Shalom. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Israel, aka the head apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well with sound doctrine. Shalom to the elders and the elder bishops of Great Millstone as well. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to all the sincere Akim and Akwath who subscribe to this truth. A hearty shalom to the men out there in the highways and byways, highways and hedges, preaching and teaching in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and risking their freedom to bring it out, making their bodies a living sacrifice, especially in these times. And last but not least, a hearty shalom to the Men of Valor Camp, New Jersey, NYC, first camp I ever heard the truth from, Isaiah 62 verses 6 through 7. Those that make mention of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, keep not silence, give him no rest day or night. To Jerusalem is the praise of the earth. So back at it with another lesson to the spirit and power Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and the water Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for the spirit to do this lesson. Lord's will, you'll be edified by it. Going to jump into a few topics, and I'm going to cover a few articles that goes into news and prophecy and covers the set time that we're in and that we're set to go in, which is the beginnings of Jacob's trouble. And literally, if you don't have the memo, we're in Jacob's trouble right now. And these are just the beginning birth pains of that trouble. And with no further ado, let's get into it. So first article is going to be out of the Business Insider. This was released March 29th. Today is the 31st. Second article will be from RochesterFirst.com, released. We get a release date, the 29th, so 2 days ago. The third from Wham, and that was released. We get the release date, the 29th. The fourth article released the 29th, and then some other news that's relevant to what's going on. And of course, the scriptures to tie it all together. So with no further ado, let's get into it. Lord's will, you'll be edified by this. And let's jump into it head first. So Biden announces 90% of Americans will be eligible for the Jim Jones juice by April 19th. So to those that haven't been watching my backup channel, I use alternative words and alternative phrases when it comes to this word right here, this word right here, and other words. So Jim Jones juice means the concoction, the cocktail that he wants you to drink, the spiked roofie drink that he wants you to put in your body, the Kool-Aid that he wants you so badly to put in your body. If you can't pick up what I'm putting down, that means the inoculation, the mandatory inoculation, soon to be mandatory inoculation. Reading about it right now in the beginning stages of them making it mandatory. Because what does 90% of Americans will be eligible mean? Well, that means you plan on enforcing this on people, man. So let's read it. So Biden on Monday announced that 90% of Americans will be eligible for the roofie drink by April 19th. 90% of Americans will also have a verification site in a roofie drink bar, a bar to serve the roofie drinks within 5 miles of their home by that date. Biden set a goal of ensuring that all U.S. adults are eligible for the Jim Jones juice by May 1st. May Day. So let's jump into the article. President Joe Biden announced on Monday that 90% of Americans will be eligible for the Jim Jones juice and will have access to V sites, bars, to serve the roofie drink within 5 miles of where they live by April 19th. A declaration of war. And who does he want to go down there? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's who they're advertising this roofie drink to. They're not advertising it to, the so-called East Indians, the Elamites. They're not advertising the roofie drink to the so-called Asians, the Moabites. They're not saying that Moab distrusts the medicine. They're not saying that, Ham distrusts our report. They're saying that you distrust our report. So therefore, I need to bring FEMA and the National Guard in your neighborhood to make sure that you trust us and you take this. He's announced that. Not in plain words like that, but if you read through the lines, he basically said that about a month ago, I believe, a few weeks ago. Back to the article. The Biden administration will increase the number of pharmacies in the federal pharmacy. Start over. The Biden administration will increase the number of pharmacies in the federal pharmacy V program from 17,000 to nearly 40,000 across the United States. The White House said the expanded number of mass V site. So they're expanding the number of the mass V sites. In remarks on his administration's CV-19 response and the concoction, the roofie police in the United States said a record 33 million roofie drinks would be made available to Jim Jones juice bars this week. So you can see him. I don't want to get a copyright strike, so I'm not going to play what he's actually saying. Biden previously set a goal of ensuring the roofie drink, was available to all adults in the United States by May 1st. Now he wants it to be done by April 19th. So let's read this part and wrap it up with this article. As part of the administration's effort to ramp up the rate of people who have the cup and drinking the roofie drink, Biden announced what the White House called a new effort to fund community organizations to provide transportation and assistance for the nation's most at-risk seniors and people with disabilities to access the V. That's code talk for Jake. People with disabilities to access the V. That means you don't have a car. Most likely you don't have internet access to book an online appointment. So we're going to bring the V to you. It's code talk right there. It's big words that they use in the contracts when you sign to sign up for a credit card, and they sneak in interest rates and compound interest. Code talk, big words. That's what he used to fool people. You don't believe me? Ask the tribe of Gad. They didn't know what was in them treaties, but they signed them, trying to make peace with this man, and this man waged war against them. And the tribe of Gad is the so-called Native Americans. We cannot let transportation be a barrier of any senior getting a roofie drink, Biden said in his remarks. The president said millions of dollars will be provided to the Department of Health and Human Services to help with transportation to the Jim Jones juice bars. Though the president touted the progress in the United States has made in terms of the Jim Jones juice effort, He simultaneously implored Americans to continue being cautious and adhere to public health recommendations. Until this country has been fully roofied, each of us has to do our part. We have an obligation, Biden said. Now is not the time to celebrate. Well, that's a Sakari. Inside joke. Okay, so next article. For some reason, it's not letting me go into the Rochester First article. It just took it off my screen. The internet is poor where I live at, so I'm just going to X out that article in the interest of time. New York, what they're doing is they released a X app, X Pass. I'm not going to say that word because I believe it's a buzzword. This word, if you throw it in the title of your videos, it will get taken down. I've seen multiple brothers who put videos up that had that in their title and it gets snatched. So just a word to the wise, I would name your videos news and prophecy, updates, so on and so forth. That's what this video is going to be named. And this video is not actually going to go up on my main channel or my main backup channel. It's actually going to go up on a secondary backup channel with no subscribers. And I'm going to put it up on my main channel as an update with a link to both channels and both News and Prophecy 1 and 2. So, you know, you might want to take a page out of that playbook, you know, or somewhat in the manner of that. You know, if you have a backup page, brothers, and your videos are getting flagged, you're on a strike number 1 or strike number 2 on your main page, you know, might want to consider some of that, some of those methods, better yet. Back to the articles. So venues encourage patrons to download the X Pass app before attending concerts and games. And that's in New York, Rochester, New York. Looking to attend concerts or sporting events at large venues, you might need proof of you getting the roofie drink or proof of a negative CV-19 test within 3 days of the event, which is why some venue operators are encouraging patrons to download the X Pass app. The app, created in partnership with IBM, contains QR codes, which will be scanned like tickets before entering a large venue. So that's what they're doing in New York. They want you to have this QR code and proof that you've been to the bar to get roofied. You know, you've been tainted with this man's venom, the venom from the serpent, you know, that has all sorts of things in there. And due to YouTube guidelines, you know, I've covered it in other videos and I've said it in, you know, videos have been taken down. So gonna sort of tiptoe around that. I said it in camp, you know, and that's where I'll pretty much be saying it from now on. But to us brothers in the know, we know what's in that, you know. Fuck it, I'm just gonna say it, because it's going up on a backup channel. Geno altering substances in there. DNA altering substances in there. Nanobots, nanoparticles. And a lot of people are giving up the ghosts who are going down there to drink that cup of Jim Jones juice, the roofie cup. You know, Marvin, knocked out permanently, not getting up off the canvas. Hank Aaron struck out, not returning back to the diamond. Let's keep it going. V passport. Biden administration working to develop system. Let's read this again. V passport. Biden administration working to develop system. Uniform method could help country return to normalcy. Look how they're selling it. That's how they're preventing it. That's how they're presenting it, better yet. And how they're preventing it from being brought out is any type of video that has this in the title, they're going to snatch down. So brothers, don't put this in your title, man. And if you have a backup channel, put it up on your backup channel. And if you have a backup channel and a second or third backup channel, you may want to start using some of those and redirecting people to those pages, you know. And so what if you get some hater, you know, who follows you and stalks you on all of your videos and goes to your backup page with no subscribers and clicks the unlike? We're not doing this shit for likes. And, you know, fuck them hoe ass niggas, man. You know, excuse my French, pardon my Persian, but it is what it is at this point. You know, the point is to get the videos out. And, you know, if you have to do a video advertising your video on the backup channel because you don't have 1,000 subscribers, then that's what you got to do. You know, that's what I'm going to do. Let's keep it going. So, Washington, the Biden administration is working on a system for people to prove that they've been V'd, taking the cup of the Jim Jones juice and drinking it against the CV-19. The so-called, I'm not going to say this word right here, VPass, or V-Passport could be used by individuals in the workplace, in schools, or while traveling internationally. According to CNN, a White House official says multiple agencies are involved in the planning. Multiple agencies are involved in the planning. I wonder who? FEMA? DARPA? I wonder who? The Army? The military? Who's going to set up bases and Mad Max sites to make sure that you have this and force this on you? I wonder who else. Let's read this. This is beautiful right here because this is prophecy. This is this man coming down with great wrath. The so-called VPass or V-Passport could be used by individuals in the workplace, in school. That means you're going to need this to, you know, to get paid to be in their indoctrination system, or to travel. You know, a man shall desire to go in a city and shall not be able. 2 Ezra 15:17, I believe. According to CNN, a senior White House official says multiple agencies are involved in the planning. FEMA, DARPA, you know, other federal agencies, the military, the Pentagon, the White House. President Joe Biden has predicted that life in the U.S. could be back to normal by Christmas as the country works to increase roofied drink locations and people who have been and taken the Jim Jones juice, people who have drank the Kool-Aid and Kool-Aid stations. The Jim Jones juice credentials, I drink in the cup, could play a role in multiple aspects of daily life. I wonder what those are. Well, going to the grocery store, being able to shop, being able to do commerce, being able to work, go to their indoctrination centers, or travel. Let's read this again. The roofied drink credentials could play a role in multiple aspects of daily life as the United States tries to push past the pandemic. The travel industry, in particular, has been calling on the federal government to develop a kind of universal VPass system. So that's what they're doing. Let's read this. CNN previously reported that several companies and technology groups have begun developing smartphone apps or systems, the XPass, you know, like they have in New York. Where was that? Has begun developing smartphone apps or systems for individuals to upload details of their CV-19 quiz. I'm not going to say this word right here. I believe that may be a buzzword. Quiz, the CV-19 quiz, and their V credentials, creating digital credentials that could be shown in order to enter concert venues, stadiums, movie theaters, offices, or even countries, or even the grocery store, or even the fast food chain, or even ordering from any of these apps that allow people to deliver food to you. And you're going to need this pretty soon. They're telling you in Code Talk, it says it could play a role in multiple aspects of daily life. That means you're going to need this, man. And they're going to want you to have it. And we're not going to take it. And Lord's will, you know, I don't want to write this. Yahweh Bashem Yahshai keeps that fervent spirit on his men, man. So let's go on to the next article. I'm not going to read too much more. I'm just going to show the first part of it. Magic Johnson, Arsenio Hall, Danny Trejo encourage Angelenos, people in LA, in Southern California, where I'm at. I'm actually in San Diego County, but people in the Los Angeles area to get the roofie drink. And you can see, you know, they got Jake advertising to Jake, you know, and certain wicked men out of Israel, you know, First Maccabees, one in the first chapter, you know, certain wicked men out of Israel made covenants with the heathen, you know. These are these guys coming back in the regeneration. Los Angeles. Former Lakers star Earvin Magic Johnson, Arsenio Hall, and Danny Trejo each receive one of their approved roofie drinks Wednesday while encouraging Angelenos to join in getting their roofie drink as well. And again, and these wicked niggas are going to be destroyed for this, man. Encouraging Jake to trust the serpent, man. And, you know, making a covenant with the heathen, man. That's against the law. Thou shalt make no covenants with them. And we're not supposed to trust thine enemy, man. Sirach 12:10, man. Never trust thine enemy, man. And then this is the main distraction right here. Everybody who I know outside of this truth, who's an Israelite, you know, Jake, most of them, especially Judah, Benjamin, Levi, you know, they're enchanted by this right here. You know? And I'm just going to say it. Fuck George Floyd, man. When did he ever tell you that you were an Israelite, man? You know? What did you learn from George Floyd, man? You know? That wicked nigga got what he deserved, man. Whoever perished being innocent, man. And a lot of our people are being enchanted by this enchantment right here. And through the Spirit, I believe that they're going to acquit this nigga. And it's going to cause civil unrest, you know. I'm just speaking as a man about that, you know, them acquitting him. But I believe that they're going to acquit this guy, you know. And Jake is going to go out in the streets and cause some havoc, man. And it's going to cause them to say that, you know, this is just me speaking as a man. If that were to happen, let's just go into prophecy mode. If that were to happen, they're going to say that cases are rising, that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are tearing up the streets are dangerous, you know, and thus making you the bad guy, man, you know, on top of saying that you're the most liable person to be carrying this this so-called virus, you know, they're gonna do that if this man gets acquitted. That's just me speaking as a man. I believe strongly that that's gonna happen, you know, and I believe strongly that this man is gonna get acquitted, man. You know, I'm just speaking as a man. Because why would they put so much emphasis on it, you know? And he may not get acquitted. He may get convicted, but if he does get acquitted, if those things happen, don't be surprised, you know, because that's all this man accusing the brethren, you know, and he uses enchantments like this, but yet to accuse the brethren, you know, deceptions like this, you know. So I'll keep an eye on this situation right here, but I believe through the Spirit that he's going to get acquitted. And when he does, Jake is going to go out to the streets and go fuck some shit up, burn cars, you know, loot stores, you know, the normal Jake shit that happens when, you know, Esau puts some news out there that's supposed to rouse you up. So let's go into this, Slakia. Let's go into the scriptures next. Let's wrap this up. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And we're in the truth, you know, us brothers in the truth, the few sisters as well, you know, the Akim and Akwath, elders and apostles and the bishops, we're all rejoicing right now, you know, because all these are signs that Yahushua is on his way, express delivery via the Heavenly Father, to come down and bring wrath upon this place in judgment and delivery to his elect, you know, to deliver his elect. Because this is all biblical prophecy. You know, these things have to happen. You know, the beast system has to be implemented. They have to put it up in a way that deceives the masses. They have to put out wicked jakes like this who are trying to tell you to trust Esau's report, to not trust the prophets, you know, DMC. Stop watching the internet. What are you saying? You're saying stop watching the prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man. But you're not going to stop this, man. This is all in the movie. This is all written in the movie to happen. And to those that have the understanding and discernment, this is beautiful right here. Because this is prophesied to happen, man. You know? You're going to have our people join hand in hand with the wicked. And these are the type of niggas that's going to be thrust through. Let's go. And woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, everybody else who isn't in this truth, the 2/3, the other nations, woe unto them, man, because this man so diabolical, you know. It's so ironic, it just went right to Joe Biden as soon as I said this man's so diabolical. He's going to go after a lot of his people and the other nations as well, because he doesn't know exactly who the spirits of the Israelites are dwelling in. What I mean by spirits of the Israelites, bloodline descendants from Jacob. They're spread out through all the nations of the world. So guess what? This man's going to have to come after everybody to try to take out Jacob, man. Let's go. Revelation 13:15-17. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And this is all them giving power to the image and life to the image. You know, this passport, you know, the V passport, the X Pass, an app you need to attend concerts, games, that's going to impact multiple aspects of daily life. Well, that's all them giving power to the image, you know, the beast system, you know, and life to the image, that it should both speak And it's starting to speak right now. And these wicked fake leaders in Israel who are telling you that the RFID technology and the RFID chip is not the mark. Well, guess what? They're going to be out of answers pretty soon. And they're going to stop scoffing pretty soon. They're going to go into hiding. Because guess what? When this man does it and it comes out and that's what they start doing, they're going to be hunted down by their congregation, man. Because your congregation is going to be mad and pissed off that you lied to them, man. It's starting to happen already, you know, on a low level. You know, you have a lot of those people who are following them groups. They're window shopping Great Millstone and the other like-minded brothers because they see that through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshai, most importantly, this is where the oil is. This is where the real oil is. The lamps are continually burning over here. And that's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshai. Revelation 13:16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that's what it's going to come down to pretty soon. You know, they crash the dollar. They bring in digital currency. You know, a blackout happens. Those V passports don't work. Guess what they're going to need? They're going to need proof, and absolute proof that you've taken this concoction, the roofie drink. And you know what? Might as well just stick this thing in your body so we know for sure that you're down with us. You know, it's going to come down to that pretty soon. And Adonai Rathazal, we're protected from that, man, because this man's going to go through and go to and use extreme measures to do so. They're already planning on setting up, you know, these stations pretty much in every neighborhood, you know, and making easy access, you know, for people who don't have access, you know, better yet, to be able to get it, man, you know. 17,000 to 40,000 roofie drink centers. I don't want to say these words because I'm, you know, dancing around these words because they'll flag the video. I've already said the M word, you know, MEDICINE, you know, and they may flag it from me saying that. But oh well, it's going up on the backup channel. So, you know, that channel has 0 subscribers and only a warning, and I don't really use it. It's just for emergency purposes, which these type of videos have to go out, you know, prophesying against Mount Seir, against this man's new world order, his government, and against the wicked, the devil, Esau, Edom. Revelation 13:17. And that no man might buy or sell, say he that had the mark or the number of the, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Start at the top. Got a little excited. Revelation 13:17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And they're setting up the system right now to where you won't be able to buy and sell, you know, and it all starts with this V, you know, and don't let the power grid go down. Don't let the blackout happen. You know, don't let the dollar crash, because guess what? They're going to implement the next step, which is we need this in your body. We need actual proof, you know, that you've taken it, because you know what? Those QR code system and those apps, they all crashed. So guess what? We're going to need you to put this in your body next to know that you have it. Let's keep it going. Isaiah 47, 9 through 14. But these things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection. That's the punishment for the wicked. For the multitude of thy sorceries, this is all sorcery right here, you know. Pharmakia, that's sorcery, that's witchcraft, you know, and trusting in the serpent, you know, the people who have been given the earth, the wicked, and their enchantments, man. I'm going to start from the top. Isaiah 47:9. But these two things shall come upon thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection. For the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. These are all enchantments. Enchantments, distractions, sorcery, Isaiah 47:10. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. We see you. The angels see you. The prophets, the believers see you. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai sees you. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it had perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am and none else beside me. That's what he's doing right now. He's setting up a system to say, I am and none else is beside me, man. And he's going to be thoroughly punished for it and then eradicated. Obadiah 1:18 for it, Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. When Yahushua returns, man, it's going to be some smoke in the city for all the wickedness, the enchantments, the sorceries, the lies, the lynchings, the castrations, slavery, redlining, Jim Crow, the children at the border, you're putting hell on, which are our brothers, and sisters, the Northern Kingdom, for the lynching of babies, ripping babies out of mothers' wombs, from the northern tribe and the southern tribes as well. You're going to pay for all that, man. Isaiah 47:12. Isaiah 47:12. Now stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, which this is right here, a multitude of sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit, which you won't be able to do. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Job 5:12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that they cannot perform their enterprise. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai will disappoint the wicked. Psalm 17:13. Going to bring it out in a second, but I'm going to read it right now. Psalm 17:13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast down the wicked, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. He's going to be cast down and call Halayim Yahweh Bashim Yahushai the day that happens, and it's happening right now with this word going out. The wise men are being the wise men are being taken out of Teman, roughly paraphrasing, and he's disappointing the devices of the crafty through the word going out and through the elect being warned and being sealed, believing on this report. And ultimately, when Yahushua cracks the sky, whoo, woo, like on a comment board, literally, woo times 144,000, man. It's going to be some smoke in the city that day, There's going to be a lot of people, wailing in that day, crying in that day, gnashing teeth. A lot of bloodshed is going to happen when Yahushua cracks the sky. And a lot of people are going to be disappointed when they realize that he's not an Edomite. He doesn't look like a Hell's Angel, He doesn't look like a hippie from, Northern California that's been growing weed his whole life, He has an afro with woolly hair, white hair, a beautiful garment, and he returns with the angels, the hosts of heaven, and all those chariots and the fathership. They're going to be really, 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 really disappointed. And they're going to remember that they scoffed. They walked by the camp and talked shit. They came on the comment board scoffing, They may have put him to death, when they were in their previous life, under the Romans, they're going to realize, that they fucked up. Isaiah 47:13. Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly procrastinators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. And the scriptures say there's no remembrance of former things. So Salakia, they're going to be disappointed when he cracks it, when Yahweh Shai cracks the sky, you know. And those that see him, you know, are going to be amazed as well. And all that pierced him, you know, they're going to be judged. So Salakia for that. Just remember that there's no remembrance of former things, you know. So Isaiah 47:14, behold, they shall be as stubble, and the fire shall burn them. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it. Obadiah 1:18, you know, the thermonuclear missiles hitting before that happens, you know. Of course, 1,000 years of slavery before the Obadiah 1:18, you know. But the first death, or the second death, better yet, you know, the third death of Edom, basically, because, you know, they die, you know, those that died, you know, they're going to be risen up, you know, and then be put down again, you know. So the second death of Edom, Salakia. Because Obadiah 1:18, you know, some hell to pay for Esau Edom, man. So let's keep it going. Second Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall come, except that day shall not come, Salakia, except there be, Salakia, I'm start at the top. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, Esau. And we fell away, you know. The second this man came over here, you know, there was the great falling away, better yet, when this man came over here and he started putting hell on our people, you know. Because you had a lot of Jakes back then who didn't know they were Israelites, you know, at the time Yahweh Shai was around in his ministry and the apostles, but there wasn't a great falling away, you know. And the great falling away happened when this man came over here and he started putting hell on our people and making him speak their languages, putting our people in ships and sending them over to Europe with the northern kingdom starting first, and then putting Jake on ships and bringing them over here via the transatlantic slave trade, you know. And that was when that man of sin, you know, the son of perdition, basically started the revised version of the Roman Empire, you know. That's when he really came into power and started basically establishing strongholds all over the planet, man. And that's how you have Edomites over there in the land of Ham controlling and running everything, in, you know, the Caribbean controlling and running everything, in South America, you know, their descendants controlling and running everything, Mexico controlling and running everything. You know, those people who are in power, a lot of them are conquistador babies, man. You know, they're not actual descendants of the natives of the land. They're descendants of the Spaniards that came over here that beat the Hebrew out of those people. Let's keep it going. 2 Thessalonians 2:4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is the Most High, or that is worship, so that the Most High sitteth in the temple, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Caesar Borgia, the Roman Catholic Church, you know, the Amalekites over there in our land, the New World Order, you know, that's how he's doing all these things, you know. And he's going to be taken down, cast out of existence, Obadiah 1:18. 1,000 years of bondage and servitude before then, and thermonuclear destruction, you know. And the survivors are going to be rounded up. You know, the elite bankers, And they're going to be digging up the bones, burying the bodies. Ezekiel 39. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the work of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And the wicked is being revealed right now. You know, Esau is being made bare. The prophecies are exposing Esau, and his actions are exposing Esau, and the prophets of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai are exposing Esau at a very high level. And this man can't take it no more. That's why he's taking down the channels, taking down the videos. You got to use alternative methods, like the method I'm about to get this video up with. You know, advertising the video on your main channel and linking it to a backup channel that not really being used right now. You know, because the wicked is being revealed, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is consuming this man with the spirit of his mouth, the prophets. You know, he's being hewed down by the prophets, man. It's a beautiful sight. So let's go. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 11. I'm going to start at 10. With all deceivableness and unrighteousness in them that perish, because they received not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. And a lot of our people are believing a lie. They're believing Esau's report. They believe that Esau is the Most High and his son. You know, they're both Edomites. You know, they believe those people over in the land are the actual biblical Israelites, but somehow the 11 other tribes disappeared. Nobody's who they are according to the Bible anymore. You know, we're black, we're African American. They believe, oh yeah, I'm brown pride, Mexican, you know, native pride. Just foolish, man. Sottish children, man. Dumb children, man. That's what sottish means, dumb. A lot of our people are freaking dumb, man. And they're going to die the death of infidels for following after the infidels, man. Learn not the way of the heathen, man. Envy not the oppressor, you know, nor follow none of his ways. Roughly paraphrasing, man, you know. And a lot of our people are going to be, you know, dying the death of the wicked for following after the wicked and being wicked themselves, man. Let's keep it going. Obadiah 1 and 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? The Holy Scriptures and the prophecy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And if Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai puts the spirit of discernment on you to realize, you know, who Esau is through believing the word and through believing the report. Obadiah 1 and 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Through the scriptures, through the prophecy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and through the word, and through preaching of the word, and through the believers believing the report. And of course, through the prophecies, which are happening. You know, distractions, enchantments, you know, people trusting the enemy, making covenants with the heathen, making covenants with Esau, Edom. Thou shalt make no covenants with them. Well, you got people making covenants with them coming down with great wrath, you know, the multitude of thine sorceries and enchantments, you know. Pharmakia, that's how they're being searched out and sought up. Let's read this again. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Obadiah 1 and 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How were his hidden things sought up? Through the prophecy of Ba'ashem Yahushai, through the word, through the prophecies. That's how they're brought up. Nahum 1 and 3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked. Who's the wicked? Esau, Edom. Job 9 and 24. Malachi 1 and 4. Genesis 25 and 30 that identifies Esau as Edom. Those three precepts match up Esau to Edom and to the wicked. And the wicked have a terrible judgment for them. Obadiah 1 and 18. Go and read it. Go and read it. Like the Apostle Ramlib said this morning. Just go and read it. Go read the chapter of Obadiah. It's only one chapter. And then you'll find out what's going to happen to Esau, Edom. And what's waiting for them. Nahum 1 and 3. The Lord, Nahum 1 and 3. The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai, is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai, had his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai will not at all acquit the wicked, man. No matter how much you try to save these people, no matter how much you try to love these people and cling to them, it's not going to deter or stop the judgment from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai. He's set on judging this nation of Esau, Edom, and bringing hell upon them, man. So, it is what it is at this point. And you can take down all the videos, make all sorts of guidelines and whatever to try to deem that, what we're doing, hate speech, and call us terrorists. All you're doing is fulfilling prophecy, because it said you're going to do those things. So go ahead and do it. Do it tomorrow. Do it tonight. Do it in an hour. Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver me. Slakia. Got a little excited. Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And we're going to need to be delivered from the wicked, man, because this man is coming down with great wrath, And he's going to implement draconian measures, Gurkha troops, robotic and mechanical dogs, mechanical police, in the form of those machines that are going to be basically checking to see, if you have the V pretty soon. They're already implementing that during the lockdown, the first lockdown, and they're implementing it with the curfew. Well, guess what? Those machines, it only takes a flip of a switch for them to actually turn those machines on to detect QR codes and to detect whether you have the RFID chip in your body. Only takes a flip of a switch for them to do that. Add a few, okay, yep, implement it, upload it, boom, update it. Last precept, Lord's will you are edified by this. Sit down. And Salakia for the stutter stepping. It's a little early over here, but Lord's will you are edified by it. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, Esau, Edom, Joe Biden, the Biden administration, FEMA, the U.S. military, the beast system, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And this is all implemented by the top wicked elite, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Gettys. They're all the ones that are behind this, man. The Kissingers, the Gates, the Bezos family, the who else? What's that dude's name? Tesla guy, man. Fucking slipped my brain. Hate when that happens. But they're all the ones that are behind this, man. Those wicked top elite bankers and their constituents, man. The people who are the rulers and the aristocrats of this society that we live in. The people who have all the money and power, man. Those are the ones that are behind this, man. And they're using their underlings, the United States government, the B system, UN, NATO, the EU, you know, and eventually the UN, because eventually the UN is going to be involved in this because they have the other nations behind them, you know, and eventually they're going to bring in those UN troops, you know, and they're going to play their role in this as well, you know. They already have a lot of those troops over here, you know, little known fact. But the beast system is the EU and NATO. But within the beast, within the actual role that the UN plays, they play a role in that as well, in the sense of they're going to be bringing their soldiers over here, you know, and those UN soldiers are going to play a role in World War III, you know. But the beast system and the beast is the European Union, NATO, and Babylon, you know. But within the beast system, the UN does play a role. So correction. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, Esau Edom, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And these are all inclinations, better yet, brain fart, that this man is coming down with great wrath. These are all signs of it. This right here, this right here, this right here. And then using our people, man, to deceive their own people, man. And then this distraction right here, which has got a lot of our people in zombie mode, wondering, George Floyd, man, George Floyd, George Floyd. Fuck George Floyd. Fuck that nigga, man. He never taught you that you were an Israelite. He never opened up the Bible and read a precept to you and fed you, you know. He never did any of that, man. And whoever perished being innocent, man. So, Lord's will, you were edified by this lesson. Closing out, like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Achakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Israel, a.k.a. the head apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well with sound doctrine. Shalom to the elders and the elder bishops of Great Millstone as well. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings to all the sincere Akim and Akwath who subscribe to this truth. A hearty shalom to the men out there in the highways and byways, highways and hedges, preaching and teaching in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and risking their freedom to bring it out. And last but not least, a hearty shalom to the men of Valley Camp, New Jersey, NYC, first camp I ever heard the truth from, Isaiah 62, verses 6 through 7. Those that make mention of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, keep not silence, give him no rest day or night. To Jerusalem is a praise in all the earth. So once again, Lord's will, you were edified by this lesson. And to the next time, Lord's will, shalom.